This is a new keyboard from Lychee Gaming called the GK75, and it's a 75% RGB tri-mode mechanical keyboard with a knob. In the box you'll get a few accessories like the Type A to Type C USB cable, a 2-in-1 switch and keycap puller, some extra keycaps to change up the theme of the keyboard, and the keyboard itself here also comes with a plastic cover. This basically helps to keep the keyboard clean when not in use. I would say that the accessories included here are pretty good, and I like the extra keycaps so you can customize the keyboard more if you don't like the color. And yes, this GK75 is another 75% compact layout keyboard with a knob, but I think that's fine. The layout here should be familiar to most people, and if it's not broken, why fix it? The version I have right here comes with the white pudding case which diffuses the RGB, MDA profile keycaps, and for the switches I chose the KTT Redwine switches. They do have more options on their page, so don't worry if you don't like the color or things I've chosen. So this is the side profile of the keyboard, and it does have a slight increase in height from the bottom to the top. And the RGB does illuminate the surroundings of the case as seen right here. It's pretty much the same with the other side with the knob, and if you don't like the height, you can increase it by flipping out the 2 height adjustable feet on the bottom of the keyboard. The front of the case is clean and has no branding whatsoever. It's the same with the back, you just have your USB Type-C connection port here on the left. The bottom of the case is where you can see the frosted look of the pudding case clearly. I like it because it doesn't catch or show any fingerprints and it always looks clean. On the bottom is also where you can see the battery inside, 5 rubber non-slip feet, the 2 height adjustable feet previously mentioned, and to the side is a slot for the 2.4 GHz dongle, alongside the toggle switch to change in between wired, Bluetooth and 2.4 GHz mode. The RGB here looks great in my opinion. The pudding case looks nice with the diffused RGB. The whole thing just kind of lights up nicely, and there are a few effects already built into the keyboard, and you can toggle through them with the function and insert key. But if you want to customize the keyboard more, there is the X75 software that you can download, and you can adjust the RGB lighting modes, change up the buttons and keys, add macros or record them in the software, and change out other settings like the polling rate here. Pretty decent software in my opinion here. It's not VIA QMK, but it works fine. Now taking a closer look at the keycaps included, the blue ones which are already on the keyboard have a pretty nice look to them, and they come with some Japanese sub-legends on them too. They are made from PBT and they are also pretty thick. The colors and legends here are die sub, but they seem to be sharp and won't come off anytime soon. The arrow keys here are pretty cute. They come with paw prints and overall I like them. But these are MDA profile keycaps, and for me it's a little bit flat and doesn't really hold your fingers when in use. The extra orange keycaps included are the same, just the arrow keys are normal and no paw prints here. And oh yeah, the knob also feels nice and it's made out of metal here. The KTT Redwine switches here are great. It's a linear type switch with an actuation force of 44 grams and it bottoms out at 55 grams. It has a purple stem in the middle, a transparent top housing, and an opaque bottom housing with a cutout for the RGB to shine through, and it's a 3-pin Hotswap switch. The switch also comes with an extended pole and has a deeper center groove so it sounds deeper. And it does come slightly looped from the factory, and that makes these switches really smooth out of the box. The steps here are pretty good. They are plate mounted and come looped by Lychee Gaming, and honestly it sounds great during the typing sound test. And to see all of the mods included, I did have to open it up, and it uses clips to hold the case together, so I did have to pry it open. Now taking a look inside the case, we can see that there's a huge piece of silicone sound dampener here, and it's covering the 2 massive batteries which are 4000 mAh each, and they connect to the PCB through these white wires here. And there's also these silicone gaskets on the sides to hold the plate up. As for the PCB, it is a 5-pin south-facing PCB, and from the back, I can see that they use KO Hotswap sockets, and that's awesome. And there's also underglow RGB all around the bottom of the PCB. Besides that, there's also another silicone sound dampener in between the plate and the PCB, and there's also something extra for the spacebar. It's just a small foam sound dampener to help with the noise. Overall, I would say that Lychee Gaming did include some nice mods here, and it does help to make the keyboard sound better. And talking about how it sounds, here is the typing sound test. To no surprise, the GK75 sounds pretty good to me. The loop stabilizers, nice switches, and silicone sound dampeners really make it sound good. And the gasket mount here is pretty good. It's not really that flexible, but it is definitely a softer typing experience. And if you want a wireless keyboard, this has a massive 8000 mAh battery inside and will last for a really long time before needing a charge. So if you're looking for a 75% wireless compact layout keyboard with nice RGB, sounds great and looks awesome, and of course with a knob, definitely take a look at the Lychee Gaming GK75. Links will be in the description below, and thanks to Lychee Gaming for sending over this unit as well. And that does it for this video, guys. Leave a like if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Even more reviews coming very soon. And as always, thanks for watching. Goodbye, guys.